You see, it doesn't matter how privileged you are, with the right people on your team and a little bit
Oh
of
wow.
practice, you can convince the world that you are a victim. This whole subplot is hilarious and scathing, and it's a big part of my enjoyment of this episode. When Kyle gets home, his front door is plastered with magazine covers of the prince's wife. Now, remember, this is absolutely not supposed to be representing anyone in real life. A quick side note, have you seen how many magazine covers Meghan Markle has done? If I didn't know
Hmm.
better, I'd say she doesn't really want privacy at all. Hmm. Kyle, realizing that they just want attention, decides to ignore it. The wife sees this as an attack on her, since she is an ethnic woman and therefore a victim. So the prince heads over there to set the record straight. He decides to do so by rubbing his meat all over Kyle's window. And it's blue for some reason? Okay, that's pretty weird. Anyways, did you know that Prince Harry dedicates a rather substantial part of his memoir to describing how his genitalia were severely frostbitten on a trip to the Arctic? Fascinating stuff. Kyle doesn't take the bait, and this makes the prince and his wife upset,
I mean, so
making
far
an
this game is
ominous
actually really fun.
declaration.
I think, oh my gosh, I like how the mechanic is not like the typical idle game. I like her too. Alright, babe. Sorry, I'm recording a video before bed. Ooh. I mean, yeah, we kind of nice to learn more about the fighter's skill set. Uh, the art style and everything looks really cool
Here
and
he
compelling
is.
for this
He
game.
wants to thank Butters for his help, and when he finds him, he is getting his face beaten in by Bebe. When Butters says that he was just acting strong and assertive to embrace his brand, Kyle takes him back to the brand management company to get it sorted out. Meanwhile, the prince and his wife are already there, discussing how they need to change their brand to get back at Kyle for being a spy. Of course, they've already had brand management services from a young age, and the employee is able to dig up their old brands in the database. Sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim. Yeah, that's totally me. Just then, Kyle and Butters arrive, and the prince and his wife are upset, saying that Kyle is obsessed with them. This makes Kyle have a realization about what this company is doing to their clients. He discusses how these companies are just turning people into products, and that you should want people to like you for being you, not for being who
Oh,
they want you to be. The prince realizes what Kyle
so
is saying
defeat
and
looks like okay.
agrees, discussing how a normal life is really possible for them if they choose to focus on what matters instead of their brand. And what matters is what's on the inside. His wife doesn't seem very receptive to this message, so he tries to take a little bit of a closer look. Everyone decides that they need to leave, except for the wife. When the prince sees this, he decides that he needs to stick up for himself and leaves
No,
anyway,
sorry.
letting her stay in her shallow lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Back at Kyle's house, Ike is still crying over the queen, and Kyle
Okay.
begins to tell him to get over it. But
Ooh.
he's learned his lesson, and instead tells him that it's
Well,
okay if things get to him because that's who
fix
he
it up a little
is.
bit.
The boys stop by Kyle's house and invite him to get offline for a while and finally touch grass until they go to play basketball. As they're playing, the prince shows up and asks if he can play, so he grabs his drum set and begins to play, showing that even with his change of heart, he still isn't quite ready for a quiet lifestyle. We don't need to be a brat, do we?
Okay.
As I said in the beginning, I wasn't sure if this new season would be able to keep the same
Okay,
level
I
of
believe I
quality
can
from
play
the
it as much
previous episode.
when I
But
played
I really enjoyed this episode.
Avatar,
It
which
really
was
does
crazy
feel
because
like
I
Matt and
was
Trey have
supposed to
recaptured a
upload
missing in so
that.
much recent South Park, as these episodes have maintained that
Oh,
social relevance that South Park is known for without taking it too far. I think they found the
I was
perfect
supposed to let
balance
you
of
upload
social
some
commentary and pure comedy that many of the recent seasons have
Avatar
lacked.
video,
Since there have been
the
so
new
many
Avatar game,
episodes that have just felt
the
extremely on the nose with the commentary to
app
the
game,
point where it just felt repetitive.
but
But other
the
episodes
file
just
got
seemed like the
corrupted, and
commentary
so
was
I had
buried
to
under
just
so
like
many
be
layers
stuck
of
with
metaphors that you would need to
22
read a few
minutes
Reddit posts to even
of
understand what they
me
were
just
trying to
playing the
say.
game.
I didn't like this
I kind
episode
of got
quite as
upset
much
very
as the previous
quickly,
one, but again, I think it was better than anything from the
very
previous
quickly,
season. If they're
and I
able to
didn't play the
maintain this
game,
level of
and I just
quality
forgot
for the
about it.
rest of the season, this will
No, I
undoubtedly
didn't.
be
I
one of
just
the best in
didn't go back
years.
into the game.
Placing it in
I
my
just
ranking
couldn't
list,
do it.
this one is going to be another A tier episode, going in the 103rd spot.
I like how it's on auto, but it still didn't do
Oh, and
anything.
another quick update on the ranking list.
I
Some
think
exciting
it probably
news.
was already in auto.
I have
I probably
rewatched it
messed it
a
up.
few
Let me see.
times since the previous episode, and I am happy to tell you that its ranking will be remaining the same. It still sucks.
It's cool that Poison's in this game because, like, I remember the point where she wasn't even an official character at first. So it's cool that she's in this game. Yeah, that's the one I need to be doing. Yeah, I could be able to play this in Mobile Legends Adventure together. Yeah, it's be a long-term game. EXMO stuff, EXMO Toxic Love. Channel. Yeah, which has increased power. Crap, Ohio. Hold on, game. The main upgrade the other fighters that I have on here. Is that a Digimon game? Oh, let's not make it worse. Oh, that was it. Well, hey, it's better than just like not having anything. So
Fans of
that's
Pokemon,
plus.
even more so the anime, 2023 is
Hey,
a
babe.
bittersweet year. Ash Ketchum is one of the most iconic
I thought I was
characters in
recording a
fiction,
video.
having a signature look that only has changed slightly since the late 90s, and after these past couple decades, his journey throughout the world of Pokemon is set to come to an end by the end of this year. When originally hearing that announcement, I felt two things. One, a sense of closure that never felt like it was a reality that would happen, and two, this emotional sense of nostalgia that has driven me to re-experience Ash's journey from his beginnings in Pallet Town to becoming world champion to his final goodbye. Throughout the next several months, looking through over 25 seasons,
He did become a win.
episodes,
I mean, he
and
didn't become a
2,000
win.
movies, you'll be
He
going
did
on
win
this journey
a
with
championship.
Ash
I forgot he did for the first
ending
time.
of a character that has been there nearly
That's
my
crazy.
whole life. As much as the character has meant to me as a child, I have had the pleasure of calling Sarah Natacheni, the current voice actor of Ash for over 16 years, a friend in more recent years. And it has just been such a joy to see the legacy of the character do so many things he was trying to achieve back when I was a kid, and now get to this well-deserved finish line. Whether or not you're a massive
Boss
fan
fight.
of Pokemon, at one point I feel like Ash Ketchum
Is that a
and his
robot
adventures in the
Zangief?
Pokemon world has meant something to you. Today we're going to gear up and begin our journey right where it all started, with a boy from Pallet Town who is eager to get his first ever Pokemon. Welcome to the complete guide to Ash's journey.
Bison, destroy the enemy. So go to like what, 3 bars? So this will be everybody's ultimate, not just one person. Okay. That means I gotta be smart on how I use it then. I use meter then in that case.
Yeah, before we get into it, we have to look at where it all began. Where in Japan, Pokemon was becoming quite popular, with the original games, Red and Green, coming out in 1996. The success of the games led to the card game becoming a reality later that year, and the spiral of Pokemania within Japan alone was starting to boom. From there, having manga adaptations and several other media vessels all stemming from just the games, it ultimately led up to the anime being based on the concept of the video game coming out on April 1st, 1997 in Japan.
I'm sorry, that was dope.
The show would follow Satoshi on his journey to become a
I don't have
Pokemon
any
master.
more to
It
do
wouldn't be
again.
long until the Pokemon bubble in Japan was ready to expand, and rather than this natural growth of the franchise we saw in Japan, the plan for the North American market was to hit with a double whammy right away, and changing how unsuspecting future fans would grow to love the Pokemon product. First, on September 7th, 1998, the anime would premiere on television.
He's playing the Street Fighter game. Everyone's playing it.
The first video games, Red and Blue, releasing a few weeks later on September 28th, where now you can be like Ash with a video game. It was a smart tactic to pull off, and this isn't even including the fact that just a handful of months later, on January 9th, 1999, the trading card game would also come out. This was a triple threat attack on all fronts. Full-on Pokemania had hit, and it hit hard, but what they led with in the States here was the anime.
I don't like when this game is forcing me to do things I don't want to do clearly.
Who would handle producing the English dubbing at this moment in time. 4Kids was infamous.
Because it puts him as a tag character instead of like in the listening. Okay, it makes more sense now.
Leaving them as not included in the run of episodes shown.
What kind of character are you gonna issue?
Overall can be tackled more in detail later on, but we have arrived at the show being a full
I could let me go see what kind of character should I choose, because
to become Pokemon Master along with his first ever Pokemon Pikachu. What a journey he was.
It's 11 o'clock and you should be asleep.
Pokemon will return in a moment on Kids WV.
okay. So it's not the bio for the character I really need. I need to see more of abilities. That's all I really need to see is abilities. What is it? That's the single attack. Or it's a single attack. Okay. Okay. That's still a single attack. Super is a single attack. Can you stage it up? Okay.
We just have a pair more.
In Las Vegas, man, I'm able to just do things my way, you know? Yes. Vegas, baby.
I wonder how it works for like leveling up these characters. Can I don't think I can draw yet. So let's put Cammy as the confirm listener. Let's change the name to Page. Hodge.
That's right. Vegas, baby. Back to an all-new Pokemon.
Let's turn off the music so we don't get copyrighted.
You ever find yourself sitting back
Skin.
and thinking, who is Ash? Well, that's the million-dollar question. Maybe throughout our 1,200-plus episodes of the show, we'll be able to answer that. He's a complex character that we see change over time from era to era. But for where he is now at the beginning of the series, Ash is very much a kid with little knowledge of the Pokemon world, regardless of how much he likes to think he does. He's not super responsible, he could be kind of rude sometimes, and his determination can blind him from his shortcomings. But by golly, does the kid have heart. I feel why we, the viewers, got attached to him as a character was because he was kind of a goofball. He
This
had
is
all the makings of a main character we
mobile.
would want to root for, but he was nowhere near perfect. In
I
fact,
get pressing
he
on it.
loses and fails quite often, making it known that it is okay to do so, but to never give up. You can see yourself in Ash, believe in his journey, and root for him along the way.
Let's keep
While
going
I do believe
till we can
Ash
get
grows
to
as a
another
character
summoning, and
throughout the
then I'll
Omega
stop the
Loop,
video.
it's easier to look all the way towards the end within the Sword and Shield Journey series, where he does feel a lot different. While he's still someone to root for and a lot of the original themes are still there with him, a lot more of those childish nature moments he had that drip feeds into the attitude in the original series really aren't there as much. I think a lot of what makes Ash so
Yeah, it's gonna be a big
throughout the
battle
show
because I know
are his
King of
connections
Fighters
to
has a
other
game like
companions
this,
he has along with him on
which
his journey, with it
I
constantly
think this
being
takes the
changed after
cake
the
even
themes of
with the
series.
King of
But
Fighters
in the
game,
beginning,
because
we have an
the King of
unforgettable
Fighters game
cast
is
here,
really fun. Don't
which,
get me
yes,
wrong.
I include Pikachu
It's just
there. I will
that,
separately speak on Ash's
as
Pokemon
you can
later,
tell,
but
it's
Pikachu
very
is
easy to
Pikachu,
drop the
man.
King of Fighters
Come on,
game.
it's a little icon here. So
All of
let's
them,
start
to be
with him.
precise, but except like
Well,
some
a
of
lot
them
more
have
to
some
say
type
about
of
Pikachu as the video goes
returning
on.
to them.
His
I could
relationship with
return
Ash in
to
the
play
beginning
King
of
of
the
Fighters
Pokemon
after
anime
playing
was
this.
so important.
This
From the
does make
very
me
start,
kind of
having
wish
this
they had
antagonistic
a
nature
Tekken
towards
kind of style
Ash
game
and
like
being
this. This would be
extremely
lovely.
standoffish, only really caring
But I
about
don't know, maybe
himself.
it's just
Of
me that
course,
just wants
this
more
dynamic
Tekken
starts
games.
changing once they protect each other from the Spearows in the first episode, and this bonding relationship
But
between the
hey,
two starts
what's this?
building out from there. Pikachu also has this goofy nature and tougher
Hi,
attitude
Chungli.
most of the time, but this adapts
Maybe
to a more
treasure
precious and caring
influence
personality
final
towards
outcome.
the group he
Okay.
travels
Oh,
with and the
okay.
other Pokemon who join the team along the way. We can only sit here and speculate Pikachu's past, why he is the way he is, why the lightning bolt on the Pokeball he came from may indicate a sadder past of a previous
Oh
trainer
wow,
based
what's
on the
name's
ball
on here?
decoration. Well, not quite.
That
We
is really
actually
cool.
do have an answer to this, but it's way later on and something we're going to tackle many parts later. But for now, we can see where he started here in this series and where he goes throughout
Most
the show.
definitely, that's so
Why
great
did
though.
Ash get Pikachu and not any other starter from the Kanto region? Well, because he was late to pick up a starter Pokemon, and they were all gone. But the real answer was that this yellow mouse was perfect to sell the franchise to the viewer base that attracted everyone. Originally, it was this pink ball of terrifying power. Imagine the adventures of Ash and Clefairy for 25 years. Yeah, I just can't see it. Sure, it's fun in the manga, but how well is that going to translate when the show is very much not like the manga? But that all comes down to the personality, which Pikachu is full of and why he deserves to be counted as a traveling companion. Next, let's talk about Misty, arguably the most iconic redhead in media. Oh, you think you have a better answer than that you're writing in the comments right now? Well, you're probably wrong. How about that? Misty is the perfect person to keep Ash in line when his eyes are
Funny
too
enough, I
big for
thought
his son.
Misty was
By
just
that, I mean
orange
his
head,
ambitions
not red.
overtaking his better judgment. She's pretty complex as a character, having a deep-rooted backstory with Cerulean City, has specific reasons for joining
Does
Ash
it have
on
a
his
way
journey,
that I could
and where
change
their
it to where
relationship
it
ends
would
up
be
by the
like
end of
for
their
different
journey together,
characters
as well as when she makes some cameos
too?
later on in more recent series, with her having her own goals in mind that she discovers for herself. She,
Well, I
along
have
with
to
Brock,
just
who we'll
get
get to
used
in
to
a
just
second,
doing it
really
myself,
are
because I don't mind
delightful
doing it myself.
supporting
I
Ash
just
throughout
wondering,
his highs
oh
and
my
his
gosh, this
lows
is
and
exactly like
navigating
King
his
of
journey
Fighters.
to be
Oh
the
my
best like no
goodness.
one ever was, mixing her well-deserved annoyance with her support for him while he battles, being in the gym leader circuit with the heavy pressure from her sisters forcing her to be so hard on herself. We see her start building this confidence in herself. It's something that you can also root for, and it adds something for the audience watching. It gives them
Okay,
another
so I'm going
character
to
to
turn
find
this off, because
themselves
if I
in.
don't,
And for
this is
Brock,
just
the
gonna...
gym leader circuit person out of responsibility and necessity that much rather would care for Pokemon, working towards his goal of being a great Pokemon breeder after leaving the gym world behind him. Meeting Ash and
Okay,
seeing his
not bad.
good-natured spirit on a
What's
path
this
that he
do?
wanted to be a part of. Brock, while having his more interesting moments, overly being into every girl that he ever meets,
He has
and
an AoE
performing the
attack,
song
right?
Two
Yeah,
Perfect Girls
okay.
referring to his
Single
love
and
for both
above.
Officer
Okay,
Jenny
I
and
like
Nurse
that.
Joy. Song slaps though. Can't lie. He's still a really caring person, giving a lot of his time on the journey to being the cook for both Ash and Misty, as well as all of the Pokemon on their journey. He knows how to help
Okay, this
take
not gonna be
care
a
of
bad game.
Pokemon when there isn't a
You
Pokemon
gotta
Center around,
put a little
serving as
more
the
what's the
team
name
medic,
into it
just
though.
knowing his stuff when it comes to Pokemon care in general. This is our main group for the journey. Later on, I would like to dig into important characters we see throughout the series, from Team Rocket to Tracy to Professor Oak, but for the preliminary characters that we mainly focus on, that's a solid introduction to them before we start our real journey together.
Doesn't do that much damage in comparison. Can I target a specific one? Okay.
Blue Diamond Almonds.
Chewy.
I need that AoE.
In the new Tonight Adventure. This ship is now under the command of the First Order. You know what I've come for. Walt Disney World Resort.
Okay.
The start. Has something ever been so scary and daunting, yet so exciting and fun? Well, we start things off with a vision of the Pokemon League, and a young 10-year-old Ash Ketchum is gearing up for his big day tomorrow of seeing Professor Oak and choosing his starter Pokemon for his journey to begin. At 10 years old, trainers are able to get a starter Pokemon and go off alone on their own journey to, well, do whatever, I guess. Most of them go up against
But
the
you want to
Pokemon.
see what she
Some
does in
find other
comparison
purposes in life outside of just
to
battling, though. But Ash here
Cammy,
wants to be
so
the best. But thanks to Ash accidentally destroying his alarm clock, the following morning he wakes up late to be at Professor Oak's lab to choose his starter.
Okay.
Upon arriving, half awake and still in his pajamas, he sees Gary Oak, his ultimate rival for the
Okay, so
series and the
single.
grandson to the professor. The attitude Gary serves Ash drives him to be the best that he can be, especially against Gary down the road. When speaking to Professor Oak, he learns that all of the starter Pokemon, aside from one special option, have been taken. This is where we first meet Pikachu, and Ash tries his best to enjoy the choice he's making, while Pikachu wants nothing to do
Oh my
with him,
gosh,
and
she's
kind of
done. That's
reluctantly
funny.
ends up going with him. Pikachu also isn't a fan of being in his Pokeball, causing problems from being outside of it, like shocking everyone, including Ash's overprotective yet oddly easy to push him out of the house mother, making the whole leaving in celebration on the journey pretty awkward. These first moments along with Ash and Pikachu are very crucial, with Pikachu being completely standoffish and Ash being determined to become his friend, rather than just a trainer. Ash, without the help of Pikachu, just tries to capture Pokemon right off the bat, but has many issues not understanding that he needs to weaken the Pokemon first for a better chance. Pikachu just mocks him for this, but Ash attempts to throw a rock at a group of Pidgey, but the rock hits a Spearow who was in the middle, and they aren't as chill as the average Pidgey. So in retaliation for
Go
literally
in it.
getting hit with a rock, Spearow swoops in
Okay,
and starts
by
attacking
barely,
them,
but yeah,
and
we got
Pikachu
it.
gets attacked
My
as well for
goodness.
just being associated. Ash tries to help Pikachu, but Pikachu is just defending himself at this point. Once the Spearow calls in for backup, the two run away as they constantly get pecked by these birds, while Ash's main concern is Pikachu's safety rather than his own, carrying him away once he is badly attacked. Ash then comes across a girl who we get introduced
Oh my
to
goodness.
as Misty shortly, as she is
We're
fishing
just
as
gonna
Ash gets lectured about what a
take
Pokemon
a step
Center
back
is
on
and
that
what
one,
way to
because
go
my
to get
goodness.
Pikachu there, as he then steals her bike for a faster getaway, and she stands there.
Okay,
The
so we
sky
gotta
starts
have to do another
darkening, a
draw.
storm starts up as the Spearow swarm
So
closer, knocking Ash and Pikachu from the bike and right into the mud. Ash does what he can to protect Pikachu, offering him to get in his ball for safety, and just asking Pikachu to trust him as he stands up, blocking the Spearow from attacking Pikachu any further. But as they swoop in for an attack on Ash, Pikachu uses the last bit of strength he has to jump in front of Ash and hits them all with a blast of
I
electricity,
don't have any of
defeating
that,
them.
but
The
I
two
have
of them
this.
later awake as the
No, I
skies
don't. I don't have
clear,
enough
face
for
to
it.
face
I
on
hope
the
not.
ground weakened, but in relieved states, as above them a mysterious gold silhouetted Pokemon flies above. At the time when this came out, we had no idea who this was. It wasn't in the 151 that we knew, and it had to be in the more to see part of the song, as this Gen 2 Pokemon plays a bigger factor connecting to this moment here way later on in Ash's journey. Ash's Pokedex makes no note of what this Pokemon is, as it's not registered in Oak's Pokedex database. But side note, the Pokédex itself is an underrated sassy character all on its own. But I just love how this episode ends, with Ash escorting Pikachu to Viridian City for the Pokemon Center, but it's what the narrator says that puts it best to describe the journey after this initial opening. This is just the beginning of the amazing adventures of Ash and Pikachu. Their journey is destined to be packed with non-stop action, millions of laughs, heart-pounding perils, and endless excitement.
Yeah, we're not gonna make
Together,
this a
they'll
30-minute
encounter
video,
fantastic friends,
so I'm just
evil
gonna
enemies,
stop
and
it after
creatures
this Loki
beyond their
fight here.
wildest imagination.
Thank you all for
And as
watching,
their story
though.
unfolds, we'll unlock the magic and mystery of
Apologies
the
for
most wondrous
everything.
place, the
Wish I was
incredible
better
world
YouTube when
of
it comes to
Pokemon.
this,
And if
but
that's not an introduction, I don't know what is.
yeah.
Once there in Viridian City,
Overall, I'm sorry. This is a really fun game. I'm gonna try my best to continue to play this much longer. Yeah, probably add another game like this if this gets a lot of views and a lot of traction.
She notices that he is a trainer and his Pikachu is
But
in
we'll
danger
see.
of help as she whips the motorcycle
I'll
right
probably make
into the
another
Pokemon
video
Center and helping get
of me
Pikachu
just
over
doing
to
the summoning.
Joy, who, just like Jenny, essentially has a never-ending look-alike family that are all nurses. While waiting for Pikachu